Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a hair tutorial on how I put in my clip-in extensions. I put mine in just for volume and added thickness. They are the same length as my hair, but I feel like the placement in this is very key, so it keeps everything nice and hidden. So if you want to see how I put in my extensions, then please keep watching. Okay, so let's get started, and this is just my natural hair. I washed it yesterday and I blew it dry, and now I'm going to start clipping in my extensions. I am going to curl it as I go, but I'm just going to fast forward through all of the curling. If you guys want a styling video in the future, I can do that too, but this one I just want to focus more on the placement of the extensions. So my extensions are just from Sally's, and I've had these probably for like 2 years now. They've held up really well, and I actually colored them when I first got them, so even through all of that, they've lasted really, really well. I would say these extensions are on the thinner side, so keep that in mind. If you have really thick hair, these are probably not the best ones for you. My hair is definitely more fine, and I wouldn't say it's like super thin. I have quite a bit of hair, but just my texture and everything is so fine that I can get away with it being a little bit thinner. I have tried Luxie hair. Those ones are super thick. If you have really thick hair, those would be great for you. And they have like ones that are super long and different lengths and different thicknesses too. And then Bellamy is also a great one. Those ones are also very thick, and they come in different, I think theirs go into grams for thickness. So I think they have like fine, medium, and thick. I'm not really sure. I haven't ordered from them in a long time. But just for adding thickness and volume in my hair, I actually kind of prefer that these are a little bit thinner, because they're thinner at the top too, where the clips are. And that's the only thing that kind of bothers me with any of the ones that are really thick, is because I feel like I kind of start to get like, I don't know, like it makes my hair kind of like puff out almost, because there's like so much extra like thickness like towards the top of the band. So keeping that in mind if you're trying to order any extensions or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and start with our first section. And we have to keep in mind the length of our own hair versus the extension, because if we start it too low, we're going to have hair that's hanging down longer than our own natural hair, and that is a dead giveaway that you have extensions in your hair, and it also does not look cute, so we do not want that at all. So I am going to just kind of hold this up just to kind of where I think would be a good place for mine to start. And I would say that is about right. Okay, so this is going to be our first section. So I'll try to kind of show you from like the side, so you can kind of see how much hair is in my first section here. So it is up a little bit higher, but since I'm putting in the whole pack, sometimes I'll actually just put like a longer piece on each side and just add a row on each side just for a little thickness. But since I am trying to put the whole pack in, I do need to go up a little bit higher, like I said, so I don't have anything hanging down. So now that we have our first section, I'm taking my hairspray, and then you'll also want to get a little teasing brush or comb like this, and I'm just going to kind of spray the part line and then just tease it up a little bit. And just kind of tease it right at the base, just so the clips have something to hang on to. So I'm going to take one of the medium sections, and I like to start in the middle and just kind of put the clip right into the hair that you have teased and close the clip. Pretty easy. Okay, so now you can see at the bottom here that the extension ends where my hair ends. So that was a good idea that I went up a little bit higher just so we don't have anything hanging down. So I am going to spray a little on my hair. And I'm just going to go through and curl the sides and curl that first back section.
Seeing all the reasons we should forget about this place, but I don't want to leave here if you're just gonna stay.
My first section is in and it is all curled. Okay. Okay, so same thing with the side. You have to be careful with the length if you are adding in extensions that are the same as your hair. So you want to make sure that you're putting them high enough up in the front on the sides that it's going to fall and end where your natural hair ends. Okay, so this is going to be our next section. It is about like 2 inches, I would say, of hair. And let me spin around so you guys can see how I sectioned it in the back. So again, it is pretty close to the extension underneath, but it's just kind of how we have to place them so we can fit everything in and still have enough hair to cover everything. So it's not that big of a deal. It's going to be covered by hair anyway. So I'm going to take my hairspray again and go right along my part line. Take my teasing brush and just give it a little tease right at the base for our clips to hook into. So now that all of this is teased and ready to go, I'm going to take one of the bigger sections and then one of the medium sections. And it doesn't matter where you put what, but I am going to start at least an inch back from the front of my hair, so you'll never see any of the extension if you are like tucking your hair behind your ear, or even if you want to like pull your hair back, you'll still have enough in the front to cover that. So that is very important in the front. And this clip is going to end kind of right here in the back. And I almost kind of like tuck it into the other one and kind of clip it right to it. And then I'm going to take my bigger section. And one of my clips kind of came undone on this side. So same thing, leaving at least an inch of hair in the front. And spin this way. And I will kind of overlap maybe that one as well. Okay. So our second row is all clipped in. Let's just check and make sure. I feel like lengthwise we're still doing good. There's a little tiny bit that's longer, but that's not a big deal because once it's curled, you won't be able to tell about that. So I'm going to go through and just give it a little spray and then go through and curl this section.
Changing like the seasons, been wasting all this time. Should be like satellites cast beyond the sky. Believe our fate for another day. Riding these horizons, we'll find our way. We'll leave our fate.
Moving on, I'm going to clip in my last big section that I have. And this is going to go right across, kind of below our crown area. I'm going to section that top part off. And again, keeping in mind where your section is so you have as much hair as possible to cover it. this is my final section for the last big piece. It's going to lay right across here. The top usually I just kind of do all in one and then I'll curl it all together. The top and the side pieces because they're so small. So again, spraying the part line, taking my teasing brush and just teasing right at the base. To give the clip something to hang on to. Alright, and then just taking the extension, going into the middle, and then side, side. Then, I'm actually going to leave my hair where it's parted right now, so you can see my last extension was right here, and there is this little bit of hair right over top of it, and that's actually perfect of where I like to clip in the small little 1-inch sections. So again, spray, tease, and then I'm just gonna clip that little guy right in there, and then same thing on this side. Spray, tease, and clip the small little guy in. And I lied, I'm actually gonna go through and curl this, and then we'll do the last 2 pieces in the top all together. Okay, so now we just have 2 of the 1-inch sections left. And these you can kind of place in wherever you want. So I like to get my hair parted to where it's going to be. And then you can kind of tell where you want to place another one. Like I feel like I need one kind of like right here. It's typically where I like to clip one more, that little side piece, and then probably like right about there. So let's do this side first, and do a little spray. Clip that little guy in, and then I'm going to go to the other side, and I would say about the same spot. And then clip that one in. Okay, so now that I have all of my extensions clipped in, I'm going to go through and just curl the rest of my hair along with those last 2 little pieces that I just put in. And we'll give it a little spray. This is one of my favorite hairsprays. It's the Goldwell Perfect Hold Lustrous Hairspray. This is a really, really good lightweight hairspray, and it adds a ton of shine to your hair too. I don't really like a firm hold spray, especially when my hair is like curly. I just feel like it makes it too like stiff and crunchy, so I prefer more of a lightweight one. So I'm gonna go through and just curl the rest of my hair. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. All of my extensions are in. You can't see anything, which is the most important part to me. I hope this video was helpful for you guys and it made it a little bit easier maybe for you to put in your own extensions at home. Please leave me a thumbs up and a comment if it did, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my other videos, and thanks for watching.